I spent 100 days in Minecraft Pixelmon catching only starter Pokemon. First job I had was choosing my star, and I was the new star of Fuecoco. After spawning, I threw Fuecoco out to see how he looked, and he looked super derpy. I then got into my first Pokemon battle against Teddy Ursa, and ended up winning. However, I got a bit too greedy, and ended up losing this star leech when Fuecoco had fainted. I then collected these black apricorns outside the village, and went on my adventure. I wanted to go find a village straight away so I could heal my Fuecoco back up. However, I ended up finding this massive loot along the way, and I got the leftovers from it, which is super good as it heals my Pokemon in battle. It then became nighttime, and I wanted to sleep, and sleeping also heals your Pokemon, which meant my Fuecoco, when I woke up, would be at full HP. I then found this church where I stole the enchantment table, and then I found my first village. And in this village, there were these houses where they had different item frames, and this one had a grass theme, so I took the Venusaur, and it also had a PC and a healer in it, which meant I could heal my Fuecoco anytime. I then got my first training fight and beat this man with a Pidgey, and also found Pokeballs in these chests. I was able to then find a wild star Pokemon, that being a Chikorita, and I was able to capture it. I then found a Pikachu, which is technically a start because of the Let's Go games, but I unfortunately fainted it. But luckily there was a second one nearby, and I was able to capture this one. I then got my first star evolution, that being my Chikorita, evolving into a Bayleaf, and then soon after I found a Turtwig, another grass starter Pokemon, which with only 2 level balls left, I was able to capture it and add it to my team. I then found a Chimchar, but I unfortunately fainted it as I was trying to get really low because I only had 1 Pokeball. I then explored the ocean looking for a new area, and I found a Snivy. If you guys have been enjoying the video so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button, it really means a lot to me. And luckily with my 1 Pokeball left, I was able to capture this Snivy. Afterwards I just went around exploring because I didn't have any Pokeballs now. So what I had to do was find a new village, and I was able to find a village pretty quickly. Once I found this village though, I wanted to ransack it for all its Pokeballs, but it had absolutely none. So I decided I'd start to build a base around this village. I got the foundations down and everything, but I needed some more cobblestoners and wanted to get stone bricks. While collecting these apricorns, I just wanted to say that I'm not necessarily catching every version of that star Pokemon. I just want to get the final version of it, unless it's Pikachu or Eevee, as in those games you can't evolve them. I then got all my foundations down for the base, and I then started to train my Pokemon so I could get some further evolutions. I then focused on mining where I needed to get items that I could craft an anvil and also make some apricorns into Pokeballs. After doing this, I tried to use them on the anvil, however, it wouldn't work for some reason. I wasn't able to hammer them in. So what I ended up doing was I tried to craft them just normally, but nothing would happen. I tried different formulas, but still, nothing. So I just had just Pokeballs that I was able to buy and find. I then found a wild Charmander, which I ended up capturing and adding to my team, and straight afterwards, after killing a Larvitar, my Turtle evolved into a Grottle. And also soon after, my Charmander evolved into a Charmeleon. I then beat this Machop, which was a boss, which was able to give me a large XP candy. I then gave the large XP candy to my Charmeleon. I wanted to get a Charizard, as it was the best movement Pokemon. I was able to fly across different areas. Then I was Snivy into a Servine. I also found this shiny Clefairy. It's not a starter Pokemon, so I can't capture it. After this, I decided to go on an adventure on a boat and found this golden Magikarp, where there was a Team Rocket boss inside who defeated my Pokemon. So I just ended up seeing their gear. Had to sleep to heal my Pokemon, and soon after I found a Scorbunny, and I was able to capture it. To capture the Scorbunny, I found a Crocodile which wanted to be a helicopter, which I ended up capturing and adding to my team, as I really wanted a helicopter on my team. I ended up being this Dynamax Mountain raid, which was able to help with some levels, and then this is my team's levels after a lot of grinding on these days. I then found a boss Vanilla, which gave me a life up as well as a moonstone for beating it, and I found a new village, which had an Articuno shrine in it. And it was cool to see these new designs in the new update. And after selling a lot of arms, I could buy some more Pokeballs. I then found this legendary boss Meowth, which was only using Fake Out, which meant it was really easy to beat, and it gave me an extra large XP candy. I knew I had to use one of my Pokemon straight away. I used it on Crocodile, which meant I could have Feraligatr instantly. This was my first final evolution Pokemon added to the team. After this, I took a picture of my Charmeleon so I could hang on the wall alongside the Venusaur, and I just kept grinding with my Charmeleon, as I wanted to get Charizard ASAP. After beating this obstacle, I finally had a Charizard. And with Charizard now, I can fly across the region a lot easier. With the ability to fly, I was able to find more trainers, and my Scorbunny evolved into a Raboot. After this, I found an Ultra Space Wormhole, which I entered instantly. And these Beast Balls are really good. This would only give me a Z move, but you guys will find out in a minute what other items you guys give. Then I found a block of crystal, which was really cool, and after being this Groupie in a raid den, I got some XP candy, which I gave to my Bayleaf, which would then evolve into a Meganium, which is another final evolution. And this is what I mean, I got a lucky egg, as well as choice specs from these Beast Balls. They were really OP and really good. I then had this Fennekin raid den, which I found 2 Guzzlords waiting around. I tried to catch the Fennekin, but unfortunately I couldn't capture it in an Ultra Ball. But not only with the 2 Guzzlords, I then found a 3rd one soon after. And while trying to leave, I found a 4th Guzzlord. What was this with the Ultra Beasts? And after being able to leave, I then lost this Dugtrio, which meant I actually instantly left it instead, which is a nice new feature for the Ultra Space. I ended up having to sleep to heal my Pokemon so I could fly back with Charizard. I ended up finding this new village and got loads of new Pokeballs. There was a lot more barrels and also chests in this village. I also found the new gym, and this gym is no joke. There's a grass gym and an Alola Executor with new Draco Meteor as the first gym trainer. What the heck? And then if you even make it to the gym leader, this person runs a Rotom, which has Volt Switch, which can Volt Switch into a Breloom. And then not only that, this person also has a Katana, which is an Ultra Beast. These new gyms are no joke and are a lot harder and a lot tougher than the other ones. I then found an Urshifu Tower where they had level 80 Pokemon. There was no chance I was winning that. I also want to say how I love these new structures and also the biomes they've added to this version of Pixelmon. It makes the game look so much more vibrant and it's a lot more fun to explore. I ended up finding a Torchic in this new environment as well, and added it to my team. I then entered Ultra Space. While Ultra Space, I'd be a level 4 Great Den Alcremie. And after being this, I also evolved my Torchic into Combusken, and I ended up getting back into the normal realm after losing to this Fungus. I then finished off by beating this boss Vullaby, which gave me an XP candy and also another lucky egg, before I headed home and put all my items in a chest. I then made myself an area under my base where I could enchant my items, and now the only job for me to do is actually enchant them. Before that, I wanted to go get some diamond tools, so I had to go mining for this. After the mining though, I had my enchanted diamond tools, and now I could get any resource I wanted. I also finished the outside of the house, and I was super happy with how it looked. With this now, I had to just focus on leveling my Pokemon so I could get the evolutions of the star Pokemon. So I began doing this with my Torterra, and then soon I went searching for some new Pokemon. I went searching the swamp stuff because there were 2 really strong Pokemon that were in the swamps. However though, even searching in the day, at night, even while it was raining, I still could not find them. I had to go searching new places to find new star Pokemon. But before I even did that, I found another shiny Pokemon, a Snorunt. I love how this shiny looks. However, it's not a star Pokemon, so I just had to fate it. There was no way of me actually catching it. I did soon find a Piplup though, and I was super happy with it because it was a new star Pokemon that I haven't caught yet. And with this Piplup capture, I couldn't believe it when about 5 seconds later, I found a second Piplup. Why couldn't it be a different starter Pokemon? Like, come on. I did soon evolve it into a Prinplup though, and I was happy with the evolution. I then found this Candy Cane Mountain, which was super cool. And not only finding the Candy Cane Mountain, I also found a Christmas tree with presents underneath it, and then these cool custom Christmas Pokeballs. After finding this though, I soon found myself a Bulbasaur, which meant that I had a new star Pokemon to add to my team. And not only finding a Bulbasaur, a Zacian then spawned in the forest I was standing in with it. I found the Zacian, it was really cool to see, but unfortunately I can't capture it, it's not a starter Pokemon. I then found myself a Squirtle straight after, and it was so small. This meant that I had all 3 of the Kanto style Pokemon now, which was awesome. After this though, I soon evolved my Combusken into a Blaziken. Not only that, a Torterra spawned on me. A wild Torterra, what? A final evolution star Pokemon is super rare to find, and I couldn't believe when they spawned on me while one of my star Pokemon was evolving. I then soon evolved my Bulbasaur into an Ivysaur, and then not long after, I ended up finding myself a Wild Ember, another final evolution starter Pokemon. What were those chances? I did end up capturing it as well, which was awesome. Soon after this, I evolved my Squirtle at one of these Pokestops into a Wartortle, and then after this, I just went around exploring everywhere. I made these pit stops, and I actually ended up finding myself an Oshawott on this stone beach. That was a really lucky find, I thought. I ended up capturing it, and then I also found a Rowlet as well. These star Pokemon are going down quick now, I'm getting a lot of them. I then went back to the swamp to try and find Mudkips and Froakies, but I ended up finding a Mega Swampert. If I was able to kill it, I would have been able to get myself a Mega Swampert for myself. But I ended up leaving it for now, because my team weren't a high enough level, and I ended up needing to level my team up a lot more. I then found a Fennekin which I captured and added to my team, and then just went exploring absolutely everywhere. While exploring, I decided to make a pit stop and do some fishing at night, because I could also get Mudkip or Frogadier from fishing, and I actually got a Frogadier. I ended up catching the Frogadier, and it was level 45. I then soon evolved my Ivysaur into a Venus because of all the water types I was having to kill. And soon after, another Mega Swampert. This is crazy. I soon as well found a Chespin which almost died to a Squirtle, but luckily it didn't, and I was able to capture it. And then soon after this, I evolved my Rowlet into a Dartrix. After evolving my Rowlet into a Dartrick, so I went back to some fishing, but was unable to get myself a Mudkip. I really needed this water-type Pokemon. Luckily though, I found an Eevee in this village, and it was another Pokemon added to my team, as it's also a star in the Let's Go games. I then spent the next few days exploring the jungle and waiting for certain Pokemon to spawn, like a Trico, Litten, and then also Grookey. Also, I want to know from you guys what your favourite starter Pokemon is, and if I've caught it yet or even used it in this video. Let me know in the comments. After this, I then evolved my Frogadier into a Greninja, and I also found a Monferno on top of this snowy hill. Soon after capturing the Monferno though, I finally had a Grass Ghost in Decidueye, which was an awesome typing. As well as finally going back to the Grass Gym, but losing again because they had a Mega Sceptile this time on their first trainer. This gym was no joke. I then evolved my Prinplup into an Empoleon, which had another amazing type of Water Steel. I then found this wild Crystalonax, which was turning into a helicopter. Maybe he's friends with Feraligatr or something, I'm not too sure. I then soon evolved my Trico into a Grovyle as well, and I put up my photos of my Charmeleon and Venusaur. I was then finding these really high trainers, which was good for XP. And then finally, I found myself a Mudkip when I was searching the swamp. This was so good. But I couldn't believe it. When while searching in the swamp still, I found a second Mudkip. I've been searching probably for over 30 days for a Mudkip. And this second one, I had to kill out of spite. This was stupid. I then soon evolved my Monferno into an Infernape after beating this mini gym in the village. And then found myself a Popplio as well, which meant that was a new star Pokemon for me to capture as well, which was awesome. I then found a Typhlosion, who must also be friends with Feraligatr, so he was doing 360s, and ended up capturing him. But while capturing him, I saw a little Cyndaquil, so maybe I caught his dad or something. So I thought, why not capture the Cyndaquil as well, to make sure they're reunited together. I then evolved my Litten into a Torcat, and also a Keldeo spawned in the river area, which was so awesome to see. I then evolved my Wartortle into a Blastoise as well, and then spent ages just fishing and trying to capture Pokemon. But unfortunately, there was nothing to capture here right now. I did evolve my Grovyle into a Sceptile and also my Popplio into Brionne, and then finally I found the Sobble, the Pokemon I was looking for ages here. Now that I'd captured every starter Pokemon, I wanted to get them all to their final evolutions, which is going to be really tough but really fun to do, so let's get to leveling. I found this Arceus area, which was protected by Team Galactic. I had to defeat loads of hard grunts to be able to make it to the boss. However, when I made it all the way to the rare boss, their Pokemon were way too strong. They're level 79 Weavile, and also this Honchkrow, which knew Sucker Punch. I had no chance of winning, unfortunately. I did, however, find this level 100 legendary boss Roly-Coly, which ended up giving me a Master Ball for winning. That was such a good loot. I then also evolved my Mudkip into a Marshtomp, my Brionne into a Primarina, which was awesome, a new final evolution Pokemon, and I also matched it with my Torcat evolving all the way up into an Incineroar. Then, soon after the Incineroar evolution, I also evolved my Mudkip and Marshtomp all the way into a Swampert, and got my Sobble and also Fennekin into a Drizzle and Braixen. After making it back home, I headed inside to my house, where something really strange happened. There was 2 traders and a professor there for me. I heard you want to obtain every star Pokemon. That's right, we do. Well, luckily for you, these 2 here can help you out. That's awesome, how can I help? They have 2 new star Pokemon from the Paldea region. The ones we can't obtain, that's awesome. But they want legendary Pokemon in a trade. Good luck, Hawk. Sprigatito for a Groudon, and also a Quaxly for a Zacian. This is amazing. This was so cool, I can now obtain the 2 star Pokemon I couldn't before. I ended up heading to the desert to try and find Groudon, and while there, my Servine evolved into a Serperior. And I also found this Mega Camerupt, which I ended up defeating. After defeating the Mega Camerupt, my Grookey evolved into a Thwackey, and then soon it evolved into a Rillaboom. I've been here for quite a while now though, and I still couldn't find a Groudon. Luckily though, I was getting a lot of Pokemon evolutions out the way, and I even found a wild Delphox, which was awesome. After the Delphox, my Oshawott evolved into a Duo, and I decided to head into the forest to try and look for Zacian instead of Groudon for a bit. And while here, I found a Mega Venusaur. This was amazing, and because I had a Venusaur, I'll be able to Mega Evolve my Venusaur. And the loot, I got a second Master Ball as well as Venusaur right from beating it. I then just went around leveling in the forest a bit more and finally found myself a Zacian, which was amazing. I just had one job now, and that was to go around and train loads so I could evolve my Pokemon and get them into the final stages, which is what I did with Drizzle into Inteleon, and as you can see, I just need Raboot and Cinderace and I've got all the final evolutions of every Pokemon. Straight away I did that as well. This meant I had completed my job. I just needed Quaxly and Sprigatito now, as they can't evolve and need a Fuecoco. I ended up finding a Hooper in this time as well. And then soon after finding the Hooper, I found a Mega Camerupt as well. This was crazy, but it's not Groudon. Where is Groudon? Soon though, I did find a Groudon, luckily. I couldn't believe it. I was really, really happy that I finally had found Groudon after so many days of searching. I Shoei through the Master Ball and was able to capture the Groudon, which was so cool, guys. I soon made it home and went to the traders and traded my Groudon for a Sprigatito. And then I also traded away my Zacian so I get Quaxly. And with that, I now officially have every possible Pokemon starter in Pixelmon. I went to the professor for one more message as she said congratulations on obtaining every starter Pokemon. I still had one more mini goal, and that was to defeat the Grasham, so I had to level load. These are my team's levels at the end of it. While doing my last preparations, I saw another Zacian had spawned in the birch forest. I had to go find it and kill it as it would be a bit more XP for me, ready for this gym battle. After this, I decided to go home to do some last preparations, when in the corner where I saw a Mega Charizard just waiting there for me. I had to go beat it so I could have a Mega Charizard ready for this gym. And the best thing is, this is the one that sets up the sun, so my Fire-type moves are going to be amazing. I went into the gym, and I started with a Flamethrower against the Ludicolo. Even though Air Slash might have been better, because of the sun, it did so much damage. I was super happy that I ended up getting this Charizard, and it was so strong. The Flamethrower ended up taking out the Ludicolo. It also then took out Trevenant, and then brought out the Mega Scepter. But still, Flamethrower was way too strong, and took it out, as well as the Alolan Exeggutor, the Tangrowth, and also the Gourgeist. What an amazing Pokemon, an amazing final 100 day. Last time fighting the final gym leader, I had no chance against the epic or legendary boss, so I decided to go straight for the final gym leader. But this Cradilly was so strong, I had no chance of beating it. But something really weird happened. When it came back out into the battle, the Charizard had switched forms. What? This really was a hindrance, as I didn't have the Sun Self anymore. And also Sacred Sword had normal effectiveness, so this meant I'd end up losing the battle. Thanks from all the star Pokemon and me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll all see you in the next video.